Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes, Start Your Morning Right. I am Paul Lopez. So clearly I'm in the couch by myself this morning. Unfortunately, April couldn't make it. So our thoughts and prayers are with her wherever she is. But despite myself being alone, we know the show must go on, and it's a Thursday. It's a beautiful Thursday morning. In fact, it's a bit foggy outside. I think from yesterday, we began to see the fog setting in, and in fact, the weather report with the National Meteorological Services informed us that yesterday was a bit foggy, but that in fact it would be a hot day, and that fog really means clouds on the ground. And so we saw more clouds on the ground this morning, and so I'm here saying that if you're driving, if you're on the highways and it's a bit foggy, to be careful out there, to be careful on the road, to keep your fog lights on, and to not only think about yourself, but to think about the other drivers on the highway. So I want to thank you for joining us this morning. I want to thank you for being a part of this morning's show. It's always lovely to be in your homes. It's always lovely to be a part of your mornings, to wake up with you. Well, I've been up for some time now, but for you to wake up and to see the lovely faces that we are and to hear our lovely voices, and as well to join in the conversations with us, so that's always a great thing. And so we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being a part of our conversations, as we always do every morning right here on Open Your Eyes. So this morning, we want to start with our What's Buzzing segment, as we normally do. And what's buzzing really, the big talk from yesterday, is an unfortunate situation. We had it at the top of our newscast. I think it was the headline story for most media houses. It was the shooting death of one Francis Ramos Jr. right here in Belize City. Now, I was actually in Orange Walk on a story when I heard reports that Mr. Ramos had been gunned down on the swing bridge here in Belize City, and the full details had not surfaced as yet in terms of what truly had transpired as it pertains to this situation. Well, later on in the day, we began to understand that Mr. Francis Ramos, identified as a patient with some mental health issues, an individual with some mental health issues, in fact, that he was seen roaming the downtown area with a knife in his hand. I mean, it was a huge knife. We saw images of the knife sometime later, and he was roaming the streets with a knife in his hand, and as a result, onlookers, or those who saw him, they alerted police that, hey, there's this man walking downtown with a knife in his hand, and it's something that's of concern because he may or may not be of threat to individuals walking in public. And so what we understand is that police, they then decided to check on it, and from the video we were seeing earlier, a lot of police officers went on the scene. And so what we had there on our screen is an apparent standoff between police officers on both ends of the bridge. And so this is the walk path of the bridge, the swing bridge in downtown Belize City. And it appears to be a standoff. And from the information I gathered, They were trying to tell Mr. Ramos to release the knife, to let go of the knife. And what you can't see in the shot, closer to the left of the screen, is that there's actually an officer holding a gun in his hand, pointing it towards Ramos. And so Ramos continues to move towards the officer, and then a female officer, I believe, is standing behind him. And they're telling Ramos to lay down the knife. And he, instead of doing so, continues to charge towards the officer. And as he charges towards the officer, as I understand it, based on information given by the Commissioner of Police, a warning shot was fired. Well, a shot was fired to one of his legs, and that still did not stop him from charging towards the police officer. A second shot was fired to his second leg, and again, that still did not stop him. And so Ramos continued to charge towards the police officer, and it was at that point, unfortunately, because it's a truly unfortunate situation we see there, where the police officer resorted to shooting Ramos to the body, and that injury proved to be fatal. Now, there's been a lot of discussion on social media in particular, because you know that's the courtroom of the day. That's where everybody lays out the evidence, lays out the facts, lays out the opinions, and nobody ever seems to be able to come to one verdict. And so there seems to be a split in opinions in terms of whether or not the police officer could have used, or these officers, in fact, could have used a different means to subdue Mr. Ramos Jr., means that perhaps would not have led to his ultimate demise. And I honestly don't think that there is an easy answer to that question, because of how multifaceted this issue is, because of how complex this issue is. On one end, you have the obvious facts coming out of the video, where a man is charging towards a police officer with what I estimate to be at least 8-inch knife. So that's one situation there. He's charging towards the officer with an 8-inch knife, and the officer, armed with a firearm, perhaps felt threatened, felt as if his life was in danger, and rightfully so. You could imagine yourself standing in front of a man armed with that sort of weapon. In fact, in an occasion like that, a knife is just as deadly as a firearm, as a handgun, because it could cause the same fatal blow. And so you could imagine the officer's predicament when he shot at one leg first, shot at a second leg thereafter, and this person continued to charge towards him. I would imagine that in any event, if the officer had decided to turn his back, that could have also proved fatal, because the speed and the strength and the adrenaline in which this Mr. Ramos Jr. was charging at him could have well meant that a knife would have ended in the back of the officer. And of course, that female officer behind him was kind of blocking his path. She was also trying to clear the way. So I don't think it would have been prudent or wise of that officer to turn his back and say, you know what, let's run for the hills, run for the streets, and we'll try to subdue him another way. Because then another situation comes up. If that was the case, not only would he have probably been stabbed in the back, but if Mr. Ramos was allowed to just roam or run free on the streets, we could only imagine who else could have been a target at that point? What innocent civilian could have become a victim at the end of that blade? And so that poses some serious questions, a serious predicament, and that's where some opinions lie. But on the other end of that, there's also the argument that this is a mental patient. He has mental health issues, and as a result, something else could have been done. And so the complexity of it is that it raises the issue of mental illness and the population of mentally ill persons roaming our streets, which is a larger issue, which is an issue that most certainly needs to be dealt with, an issue that most certainly needs to be looked at, because who knows what could happen in the future in terms of these sorts of situations reoccurring in the event another mentally ill patient comes to this, where he may be frustrated for some reason, where something may have upset him or her, and they find themselves with a weapon in their hands, terrorizing the downtown or terrorizing their neighborhood or whatever. So there's a larger issue that needs to be dealt with here when it comes to addressing the issue of these mentally ill patients roaming the streets of Belize City. Most of them, a lot of them, homeless in fact. So that brings a housing issue into play, and how do we properly treat and care for these persons as a population and as a society. So that's another factor. And then I think also another issue that comes into play here is the issue of what other means or methods means or methods can the police be equipped with to kind of subdue these types of situations. I know in the US, for example, there's things like taser guns. Is that something we should be considering for these types of situations? Would that have changed the course of this outcome to allow Mr. Ramos to still have his life, but to allow police officers to remove this threatening weapon from his hand? Taser guns. Another one could have been pepper spray. As I understand it, I was getting some information last night, and I understand that you could actually spray the pepper spray from a distance without putting your life in harm's way. So also, it's just a question. Is that something else that could have been used in the situation? But are our police officers, in fact, equipped with these types of resources to be able to handle these situations in this manner? But when it all comes down to it, when it is all said and done, it's truly a life that's lost. Mr. Francis Ramos Jr., he has a mother, he has a father, he has siblings, as I understand it, and they are all mourning, they are all grieving his loss. Despite the circumstances, they are this morning, yesterday, brokenhearted by this situation. And so while we make him the subject of a debate, an ongoing debate in terms of police action and in terms of mentally ill persons, we must also consider the fact that he was actually a person, that he is actually a human being, that he is actually a Belizean like many of us. And I think that's something that must be taken into deep consideration when we discuss this situation. I know it was the Commissioner of Police yesterday who said that it's actually not the police's responsibility to deal with these types of situations, but the fact that they are here to protect and serve, and the most accessible in situations like this, that the police officers are called upon to deal with these types of situations. So how can they now partner with various agencies that deals with issues like this to perhaps equip members of those agencies to come out and tackle these situations. And so these are things to consider. These are thoughts that we must ponder upon as we continue this discussion. And hopefully, it is my hope that Mr. Ramos's life was not lost for nothing. Despite his history, despite what is being said out there about his aggressive past or aggressive history, or the charges that has been stacked up against him over the last half a decade or so forth, that this situation brings into stark focus the issues that we really need to address in this society when it comes to police and patients dealing with mental health issues. How do we address these situations more adequately going forward? And so that's something I wanted us to ponder upon as we talk about what's buzzing this morning. So now with that, what we will do is we'll get into some motivation. We'll move right into our eye-opener to give you a bit of motivation, to give you a bit of boost for your morning. And so I want to pull that up right here. And the eye-opener goes something like this. We experience life fully when we are willing to trust and fall. And in doing so, we may just find that we have the wings to fly. As we create the life of our dreams, we often reach a crossroad where the choices involve the risk of facing the unknown versus the safety and comfort of all that we have come to trust. We may feel like a tightrope walker, carefully tethering along the narrow path to our goals, sometimes feeling that we're doing so without a net. Knowing we have some backup may help us work up the courage to take those first steps until we are secure in knowing that we have the skills to work without one. When we live our lives from a place of balance and trust in the universe, though we may not see our source of support, we can know that it is there. We attract support in our lives when we are willing to make those first tentative steps, trusting that the universe will provide exactly what we need. In that process, we can decide that whatever comes from our actions is only for our highest and best growth. It may come in the form of a soft landing, an unexpected rescue, or an eye-opening experience gleaned only from the process of failing. So rather than allowing our lives to be dictated by fear of the unknown or trying to avoid falling, we can appreciate that sometimes we experience life fully when we are willing to trust and fall. And in doing so, we may just find that we have the wings to fly. When we believe that there is a reason for everything, we are acting with the safety net of the universe, and we know we will make the best of whatever comes our way. Such a beautiful eye-opener, basically telling us that, you know what, it's okay to take risks. In fact, we may sometimes say, you know what, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that, because it just seems a bit too risky. If I take that step, if I start that business, if I go out and I seek a promotion, or if I go and I seek a raise, whatever it is, if I apply for that scholarship, or if I begin school the upcoming semester, it just seems a bit too risky, and I'm not sure how that will turn out. Well, what the eye-opener is telling us, that your support comes when you decide that you will take that first step. And for many things in our lives, it requires that we just take that first step. And in taking that first step, that's when you realize that, wait, this thing not as hard as I thought it would be, or in fact, it's hard and I failed, but I realized that even in failing, that there was some support there to catch me so that I could get right back up. So in essence, it wasn't as hard, at least the fall wasn't as hard or as difficult to get back up. And even if it is, you find out along the journey that you could actually fly. But every journey begins with a first step. So that's me, that's the eye opener, that's us here at Open Your Eyes, encouraging you this morning to take that first step. Take that first step. Go out this morning and take that first step. Go out today and take that first step, because you never know what that first step might lead to. I feel like I had to preach this morning. And so we'll move right into our weather for this morning. As we step into the day, we want to know what the weather will be like. And so we have our friends from the National Met Service on the line. I believe we have Miss Catherine. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Paul. How are you?
Good morning, Miss Catherine. I'm here alone, riding solo, but I'm doing fine. And now you are with me this morning.
Excellent. And I will do what I have to do.
Perfect.
Give you an update of the weather.
Perfect. And
okay, Paul. What we have a light air flow that continues to dominate our weather, and this is supporting generally fair conditions. So for the next 24 hours, you can expect sunny skies with a few cloudy spells, and the high temperatures today will range from 86 along the coast, 90 over inland areas, and 80 over the mountains. Tonight will be partly cloudy with low temperatures of 28 along the coast, 72 inland, and 66 in the higher elevation. Shower activity will be isolated. As for right now, we are having fog, so we are advised motorists on the highway to drive with extreme caution. That fog should be left between 8 and 9 o'clock. The fog should lift by then.
Let's talk a bit about the outlook.
The winds will be coming out of, pardon me?
All right, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
The winds will be coming out of the east and northeast at 5 to 10 knots, and the sea state will be slight. The outlook through to Friday night is for general fair weather to continue to prevail on Friday with only isolated showers. And then on Friday night, you can expect a few showers to develop along southern coastal areas. In the tropical weather outlook, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 48 hours. And in the sargassum forecast, the chance of sargassum mats affecting our beaches will continue to remain low over the next 2 weeks. That's what I have for you, Paul.
All right, perfect. Well, I appreciate your company. You made me feel less alone this morning, and I appreciate the weather update. I wish I could stay
a little bit longer, but the same here. I have to go. I have other things to do.
All right, well, you do take care, okay?
You too, Paul. Have a great day and stay safe.
All right. And so, bye. And so there you had it. The weather update for this morning. As I said, the fogs continue. We're going to have some fair weather throughout today. That's not going to be too hot as we had earlier in the year, because of course we're coming down to the end of the year, and so we get more of that cooler weather. And so that's something I know as Belizeans we appreciate, because we could dust off the coats, the jackets, the hoodies from the bottom of the barrel and finally bring them back up. And so enjoy the weather. But with that, we're going to move right into what we have for you this morning. We have a full show, and we want to jump right into it. We have some very important discussions, in fact. So for our first conversation, we have the folks from over there from the Belize Companies and Corporate Affairs Registry, and they will be joining us to talk about the BCCAR transformation into online business registry system. So we've been talking a lot about these transition into online due to COVID-19 and remote work. Well, BCCAR, they've done a lot of that, and then they're here to tell us all about what they've done. And in our second conversation, we have a conversation all about Black Friday sales. And of course, we have in with us our folks from Cellular World and our friends from Cellular World. They will be joining us to talk about their Black Friday sales. You know, it's all deals, deals, and more deals over there at Cellular World when it comes to Black Friday. And so that's one of the conversations you don't want to miss. If you need a device, if you need one of them Bluetooth speakers, if you need a laptop, I'm sure that they will hook you up on Black Friday. And in our third and final conversation, we'll have representatives from Belifa, and they will be joining us to talk about their upcoming health fair and much, much more. And hopefully we'll be able to get in a few questions with them on the issue of mental health and mental illness and how we tackle that as a society. So if you want to learn more about how you can take part in your responsibility to this population, then you want to stay tuned for that third conversation. But before that, we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
I will be there. Thank you so much.
Why are you so excited?
Let me tell you a secret. I just got off the phone with Santa.
Hi, Santa. For Christmas, I want a pea shooter, a football. An iPhone and a makeup for Christmas.
Oh, Ramon, 1 second.
We just learned that Santa's phone number has just been revealed. The number is 227-7132. Children all over.
I'm sorry, Dad. I shared Santa's phone number.
Excuse me, sir?
Yeah.
But how can you pay with your phone?
B-Box.
What? What is B-Box?
B-Box have been his newest rewards program.
Really? Where I could get it from?
Man, check on the website bbox.bz or you could download it from the App Store. And if you still don't know, check that young lady there and she'll hook you up.
I will surely do so. Good afternoon, miss. Can you hook me up with B-Box?
Everyone, including our elderly, needs to stay connected with their loved ones. With Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program, senior citizens can sign up for 10 megabytes of unlimited internet at a low monthly cost of $25. Citizens over 65 can sign up with a valid ID and receive free installation plus 1 month free on selected broadband plans. Visit a Smart showroom near you for more information on how you can enjoy Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program. Smart, bringing people together.
time of the year when all that stands between you and all of this is...
Give me 5. Give me 5. Give me 5.
That's all it takes. Get your coupons at Channel 5 and Coney Drive and Channel 5's website. Then, starting Monday, December 5th, keep those phones close and tune into Channel 5 at 8 p.m. as we start our nightly giveaways until Friday, December 9th. Remember, when the phone rings, don't say
Hello.
Say, give me 5.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5 Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Wow. Oh my God, she drunk. No hurry, I got this. Goodness. Oh my gosh, it's still the artist.
Being the hardest. The artist. But you had way more than 2 drinks tonight, love, which is a legal limit to drive. What about you? Can you drive?
Well, I was drinking soft drink all night, so I can drive her home. Thanks, Bree. Of course, Tricia, you know I got you. You're my girl.
That's what I like to see. Friends don't let friends drive drunk, because you can't replay in a real life. Stig says so. Can't replay in a real life.
Reduce your risk of viral illness like the flu or the coronavirus. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water or with an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Cover your nose and mouth when coughing or sneezing with a tissue. Throw away, then wash hands immediately. Avoid close contact with anyone who has the cold or flu-like symptoms. If you become ill, please visit your doctor or nearest health center and share your travel history. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health.
And we are back just like that. And as I promised, we have our friends in from BCCAR with us. And they're here to talk to us about their transformation into an online business registry system. And so to have that discussion with us, we have Mr. Santiago Gonzalez, who is the Deputy Registrar, yes. And we have Ms. Yuri Alpuche, who is a project manager over there at BCCAR. long acronym, but it means a lot.
It means a lot.
Right? Let's first talk about, for those who may not be familiar with what it is, the type of service that you guys offer. Let's talk about the importance of these services to businesses here in Belize.
Actually, Belize Companies and Corporate Affairs Registry, it is the first stop in creating a business. You know, we're definitely the first stop. Everything from a business name, a sole proprietorship, that as most people know it. We also have companies and LLPs. So definitely we're the first step in creating a business. So it's very vital, you know, even for the economy, for the country, for us to have a very good registry. And this is part of what we're doing right now, that we want to be the vital statistics of companies, sole proprietorship, or business names and LLPs. That's the one-stop shop there for business.
So if I want to start a business, or if I want to go into partnership with somebody, as you had alluded to earlier, what do I go to BCCAR to do?
Okay, you know, when you were asking that question, you were going, because this is where we were used to, paper.
Yeah.
You know, paper.
Yeah.
At the beginning, you know, of our project, you actually had to go to Belmopan. You know, you sit there, you write down your information, and you submit. We started changing that, and we were actually going that you could email. We did fillable forms. Ms. Alpucha was very vital in helping us with all of this, you know, planning it out. Filling forms, say it's on our website, no need to go to Belmopan. You can email us these documents. And then also we shifted and said, you know, instead of going and picking up your certificate to Belmopan, you could actually pick it up in Belize City. So we opened 2 offices. And it was just, if you look at the forms for a partnership, as you're saying, a sole, it was just the basic information. You know, so you could actually be at home instead of being there and just typing out, filling the information, your name, the business name, of whatever name you want, you know, you want to do a business with, and just your personal information. And apart from that, we also introduce, you know, to the Belizean public, where you can search if that name is available. You go online again on our website, you would know if your name is available or not.
Okay. So now we're moving into an age where it's paperless, right? Are we moving completely online from paperless, or we're not dealing with documents anymore, well, at least paper-based documents? What will this look like?
Correct. I mean, as it stands, there are some mandatory documents that you will still need to provide via the online system that we're launching on Monday, but the system will guide you. The online business registry system project started a year ago, exactly a year ago. But even before that, we had to do a lot of cleaning up and a lot of transformation to get us to where we are. By that, I mean we needed to look at the legal framework to see if the legal framework allow us to do business completely digitally. Right. We also needed to simplify the way the registry did its business. So we had to look at how the registry was working and what are some simplification that it can implement to then allow the technology to work for it. Because you don't want to implement a technology based on outdated practices or based on outdated legislation. So we work on those foundational elements between 2020 up to today. And that now is allowing us to go completely online. When I say completely online, the public will be able to self-register via the platform, and then they will be able to either register a business name or a company. Once all the owners are Belizeans, then you are allowed to proceed in the system to self-represent yourself and manage your company on your own. In parallel to all of this, what the registry team has been doing is doing a lot of communication and awareness, whereby they're trying to educate the population in what it means to register a business, but also what it means to manage a business, because it does come with responsibilities on the owner side. So the registry is trying to empower the public, with all this knowledge so that they know how to do this themselves. So that is another big thing that we've been working on quite diligently over the past 2 years. So the system will launch on Monday, and the public can access or only access services from the registry via the system come Monday.
Wow.
And the target is for business names registration, for example, to have that business name certificate sent back to the applicant within 1 business day. So that is
delivered to their door?
No, via the system.
Via the system.
So everything will be done via the system.
Okay.
So when you go online and you self-register and you proceed to register a business name, for example, which is a very simple vehicle and the vehicle that most MSMEs use, they will enter the required information, such as their name, such as the principal place of address, such as the category. So we have built in the system what we call the ISIC, or the UN Economic Classification. And this is a global classification used by many other registries around the world. So they will indicate what activity the business is doing, and then they will proceed to pay. And then that's when the registry takes over in the back end, and they will look at it and they will approve it, and then you will receive your e-certificate.
So it's an
So
e-certificate.
you are getting an
Okay.
e-certificate. So we're moving completely digitally.
Wow.
The e-certificate will have a QR code on it. So you will be able to scan that and validate that indeed that entity is registered via the platform.
Right, because with the paper-based, there wasn't necessarily a need for a QR code, because you have the verification by way of signatures and stamps, etc. But now moving into the digital, we're using QR codes.
Yes.
How secure is that QR code, so that I can't, for example, create my own e-certificate and put my own VR code stamp?
Correct. So when you scan the QR code will take you to the public side of the system. And again, we need to do a lot of communication and awareness and letting the public know this is the domain of the system. If you see anything, if you see the QR code taking you to any other domain, then probably that is not correct, or something is happening there. So we need to also educate everyone when it comes to security, when it comes to validation. And this is the way the world is shifting. We're shifting towards validating data and information instead of looking at the paper. And Belize has e-laws that recognize electronic documents and signatures as being original and true. So we are in line there.
How are we working alongside bodies like Beltrade that's also seeking to get businesses registered? I know they continue to make calls for businesses to get registered. Are you working alongside them in informing their body, informing the groups that they work with, the businesses that they work with, in terms of using this system? Are we doing any work with Beltrade, for example?
Yes, we've met with them several times. We've had meetings, but not only with them. We've met with different institutions, the financial institution, government institutions, because it's something new, with the e-certificate. It has a QR code and it does have a signature. So we have met with them, and we have discussed this. We had them last week. Was it that we had Beltrade there, and we actually were showing them how the system works so that they could have a help desk. In other words, this is another idea that we came up where we're going to have help desk. We have the municipalities that we met with, San Pedro, Belmopan, Belize City, Corozal, you know, some of the municipalities that came over, and we trained them with the help desk. So yes, we have been meeting with them and being aware of it.
Are you able to speak to the legislative amendments that needed to take place before a system like this comes into play? What are some of those amendments, if any?
Well, when we seek an amendment, well, one of the first things that we had to do, the country had two registries. I don't know if you are aware of it. We had the International Business Companies Registry, and we had the Chapter 250, which is the local registry. You know, and some amendments happened with the International Business Companies Registry, and we realized that the country had two registries competing with one another. So that's when the decision was made to merge both registries. And now in doing that, we also have a new act where now we don't have two acts, we have a act for a Belize companies. You know, so it's not now that, you know, we're amending, we have our new act moving together with this, and so we would have a Belize company.
I would imagine that for your staff, this is also a shift, a transition in the way they do things, especially after decades of or years of being solely paper-based, now moving on to this digital era. Talk a bit about the sensitization that needed to take place within the staff, and how is it that you're transitioning them to this new mode of work. I would imagine some offices may have become redundant and you've had to replace and shift people around.
Ms. Alpuche, she's the one that was in charge of this part of the project.
So on the international side, they were fully digitized from 2007.
Okay.
On the domestic side, we digitized them within a 9-month span in 2020. But we were lucky enough to have the expertise and knowledge from the international side to share with the domestic side. So all of them had the opportunity to be a part of that digitization project from the very beginning. In the beginning, it was challenging, but as we got close to the end of digitization, now this is just taking your hard copy files and turning them into digital files. They realize the benefits and they realize how much easier it made their work and their existing work, but that doesn't mean there's not new work. So we created additional value to their work, and we created other areas that we need to shift our focus towards, such as now tracking and managing companies where they are in terms of have they submitted their annual returns on time, you know, sending out reminders. So we're now engaging companies in that regard because now we can shift our focus towards that. Now with the system is built on rules. Rules are based on your legislation. So the system will automatically now be notifying all these company owners or business owners that it is almost time for you to do your annual return. If you don't do so, your status will go from active to pending strike off. And this is a shift more on the domestic side. On the international side, they more or less kept their companies up to date. On the domestic side, it's something that people still need to become aware of and understand more. So we're not only shifting the way the employees interact or do their work, but we're shifting the way business owners interact with the registry and also do their work, as well as agents, because we do have agents involved in the ecosystem, and we're also shifting the way they do their work.
And I would imagine this presents some economic benefits as well, in the way how now that you have that connection and that those reminders, but not only that, there may be some other benefits when it comes to economic benefits.
Absolutely. I mean, technology does that for you. It brings people together. It brings organizations closer together. The registry is the birthplace of a company. It's the first stop when you want to start a business, but it's also a place where you can get other value additions, such as good standing certificates, and these are products that you use to go to the bank to seek loans, or if you're seeking grant funding, these are good good instruments or tools to have for your business. So there is a lot of value addition coming. And with the system, a lot of it will be automated. So almost immediately you will be getting these products delivered via the platform.
How do you encourage unregistered businesses to visit BCCAR, your website, and get themselves registered? Do you have any sort of data in terms of how many businesses are out there operating as what we refer to as informal?
No, we don't. But again, this is part of the project,
Yeah.
meeting with the municipalities, meeting with Beltrade. We were on the road show with Beltrade.
Right.
So this is a big part, I believe, in what we're doing, coming to the talk shows, to inform the public. BTS, Belize Tax Service now, they request, a certificate. So it is changing, it's an evolving. I looked at it from where we started to where we're at right now. So yes, we're having, informing as best as we can, and I think that's one of our biggest challenges that we face. That even though we have a Facebook page, we have a website, we're sending out notice. We have been on talk shows. Some of the, the word is still not out there.
Mm-hmm. So how many businesses do we have registered right now in the system?
For business companies, I would go to a figure of about 30,000.
Wow.
Business names, but I'm throwing out these figures, and it's just, for example, we have business names at 45,000. I'm going by the number that has been issued. Mm-hmm. But now, if you ask me how many of them is active,
right, that's another question.
That's another question. And with this system, this is something that we will fix too. Yeah. Knowing that figure. So anytime you would ask us, we would be able to answer you. This is the figure.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of the cost of doing business online, are we talking about a reduced cost given the fact that it's paperless? What factors into the cost at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there will no longer be the need for anyone to travel.
Right.
You can access it at the convenience of your home once you have internet access. And then we are taking out the cost for you to print. So you won't be printing anything. If indeed you need to provide an attachment, that will be done via the system. So there's no need to print. And then overall, the products that you will be getting, the value that you will be getting from the system, such as your e-certificate, such as your extract. And this is a new product we're introducing. We have what we call a short extract, which basically outlines all the information about a business entity at a certain point in time. That way, banks can also have further information about a business name or company via this report. And this report is produced automatically by the system. There is something that the public needs to do in terms of if you own an existing company or business name or LLP. Come Monday, you will be able to re-register your company. Why they need to re-register? Because one, we need to know if indeed you still want to continue using that vehicle. And then two, we need to issue you a new company number with it's a unique 9-digit number, we're calling it, that's being automatically produced by the system. Right now, we can have a business name and a company having the same number because those registries were run in parallel. But now with the system, we're bringing all the legal vehicles under one system, and really and truly, one legal vehicle should not have the same number as another. So the system will be issuing new numbers, so that's why people that have existing businesses or companies need to re-register. When they re-register, they will receive an e-certificate with their former number, new number, and of course, original registration date. So that's free of cost for a period of time. So we will be ramping up our communication and awareness, continue working with our partners such as municipalities and Beltrade to spread the word and to help us to really boost up what we're trying to do. this transformation is not only for the registry, it's also for the entire country.
Indeed.
Because it makes starting a business easier and better, thereby making our jurisdiction look better and more competitive.
Imagine you want to start a business and you could actually just go on your phone.
Correct.
And it's like, I'm sitting down in my living room and I have this idea, this brilliant idea for a business. I have all the workings in place. And I say, you know what? Let me jump on my phone and get this thing registered.
Exactly.
As simple as that.
It's as simple as that. Making sure your name, whatever name you came up with, right then and there. You could reserve, if you're not sure, you can reserve your name for 10 days and it's free.
Yeah, okay.
You know, so it gives you that leverage. Then you might come back and say, well, it's not exactly that name. It's already reserved, so you can be using it. So it does bring a lot of benefits for the country. It brings credibility that investors looking in and said, you know, I can go and register a company or incorporate a company in Belize because I really like their legislation, the system.
Yeah.
You know, it gives that credibility, and that's a big thing that we want to build, is the credibility of the registry.
And can I also make payments through the system or online?
You can only make payments through the system.
Only through the system.
When we say through the system will be giving you two options: to pay via Belize Bank bill payment service or eCash. We will roll out other options later on, but those are the options that we have right now, programmed in the system. If you select bill payment, the system produces a payment order, and you use that number, that reference number, to input in your online account. If you use eCash, then you scan the QR code and then you take it from there. We have a two-way integration with the Belize Bank, meaning that once you make payment through their platform, our system is automatically notified and a receipt is produced in your account through the system. So there's no need for you to come and say, here is my proof of payment.
Wow.
It's happening automatically. Wow. We also have an automatic feature integrated with Social Security, because we want a way to validate your identity. So for you to self-register as a Belizean, you must use your Social Security credentials. And again, automatically our system speaks to Social Security real time to validate you before you can proceed in the platform. So we're building integrity in the system through verification.
Well, there's a lot happening in the background right there.
Yes.
So launch is on Monday.
Launch is on Monday.
Where do we go to access the system? I know there'll be people that'll be curious and want to learn more, so they'll probably get their own hands-on self-training. Where do we go on Monday?
So our website is bccar.bz. And then from that website, you can then proceed to accessing the online portal. The website will also have tutorials on how to self-register, how to register a business name. The basic services we are uploading tutorials there. Friday, tomorrow. So the public should be able to access those tomorrow, but they will not be able to actually self-register in the system until Monday.
Okay. Well, I applaud all of this, because I've had conversations with businesses or business owners that haven't registered their businesses as yet, and they always ask me, well, how you do it, or you have any idea how the process works? And I usually throw my hands in the air and say, I'm not too certain, but with an online platform like this, I know we could now guide people and say, hey, go online, check it out, and get it done for yourself.
Correct.
Any final closing thoughts?
So I just wanted to wrap up with highlighting the help desk again, because we do recognize that there are people that might not have access to the internet or truly need help with using technology. So we will have help desk available at the registry, both the Belmopan and Belize City locations. We also have 4 municipalities that have committed to extending the help desk concept at their municipality. We will be publishing the locations on our website soon. And this is a way that, those who truly need that assistance, we're there to help. But we are promoting that we are trying to empower people and teach people to help themselves as best as we could, because that is one of the goals of the registry, to let people, it's not a mystery in how to register your business. It really is quite straightforward once you have all the information and you understand your responsibility as an owner. So that is what we're trying to also achieve with the system.
So Gonzalez?
Yes. Well, in my part, the system is a big part, a big thing for the country. And just dealing with the public and asking them, any system that it's not perfect. It's come back with recommendations, and together as a country, we can really do something that would benefit everyone. Yeah. That's our main thing. We're here to help the public to make it easier for us, again, credibility, investors looking at this system, looking at how the Belizean public use the system. That would be a big benefit for me.
Thank you both for your time and this important conversation.
Thank you for having us.
With that, we'll take another break, and when we come back, we have Cellular World, and they'll be here to talk with us about their Black Friday sale. So if you're in the market for a device, you don't want to miss that conversation. We'll be right back.
Things like this create job for people basically, and creating job for people that benefit the people and their kids.
The people want the opportunities in Port Loyola that the Port of Belize Development Project will bring.
But I'm an IT technician, currently going to school to get my associate's degree in IT. If we're about to build a new cruise port, definitely technology will be introduced to Belize, things that we have never seen before. If this new port is not introduced, I can currently say right now, I have no place for employment for my new skills that I'm working hard and paying for.
What will be the wages if you're saying that you're going to employ people here in Belize? What will be the wage that you're going to give people?
There will be a range of new jobs that are created in the future. There'll be some fairly senior level jobs, and then there'll be some more junior level jobs. What I can say, however, is that based on the Social Security Board statistics, only 25% of Belizeans earn more than $420 per week, and about 80% of our existing staff are in that threshold, above $420 a week.
This is my position, and I hope that you get all the requisite clearances, fulfill the 4 pillars of sustainable development, and put the people of Port Loyola to work. Let the country benefit from the project. We need this project. It is good for Belize. It will benefit all of us. It will benefit all of us. There are 2 cadre of people from varying demographics within the room. I see Mr. Usher brother in the back, and yes, they support PUP, and yes, I am pro-UDP, but if we come together and support the project together and show the constituency that we want the port and we need the port, it will better us. It will better us. It will create the opportunities and give us the opportunities we need. We need to be independent. We need to be self-sufficient. And this is what the port project will bring to us.
Mr. Gira happened to be my brother. I always keep close contact with him. He believes that with the project in port, there will be opportunities for the people of port. There will be more job opportunities, better living conditions. The welfare of the people will be improved, right? And if we stay in a bubble, that will never happen. So when an investor comes around and tries to do investment in the area that will affect the people positively, I don't see why anybody should be against it.
Once the port expansion is approved and all licenses and permits are secured, many hundreds of temporary construction jobs will become immediately available for Belizeans. After completion, there will be thousands of new opportunities for permanent jobs for Belizeans in food and beverage, retail, administration, maintenance, security, technology, management, mechanics, truck drivers, and many more areas. This is the Port of Belize today. This port could be the port of Belize's future. The Port Development Project will prepare Belize for the future of shipping, the future of cruise tourism, and elevate surrounding communities for the future.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Fulltech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere, satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
Welcome to Builders Hardware, end of the year mega sale where you can certainly get what you are looking for.
That's right, we're cutting costs and slashing prices across the store.
This sale starts from October 15th until the end of the year.
Enough time for you to plan, shop safely, and save some money.
We're having a huge discount, 20% on paint and 30% and more on selected items, just for you.
Come and visit us in Belmopan. We have quality, variety, quantity, and service with a smile.
Builders Hardware, end of the year mega sale from October 15th to the end of December. We think our customers are awesome.
Builders who build with a passion and skill. Go to Builders Hardware.
¿Calificas para la amnistía 2022? Esta es tu oportunidad de averiguarlo. Usted califica si es registrado como solicitante de asilo en el Departamento de Refugiados antes del 31 de marzo de 2020, residiendo en Belice antes del 31 de diciembre de 2016. ¿Tienes hijos nacidos en Belice el o antes del 31 de diciembre 2021? Completó su educación en Belice. Casado con un ciudadano de Belice por un año o más. Viviendo en unión libre con un ciudadano de Belice por 5 años o más. Referido por el Departamento de Servicios Humanos. Empleado remunerado en Belice durante 5 años. Para obtener más información y cómo presentar una solicitud, visita el sitio web www.immigration.gov.bz. Prepárate, el plazo de inscripción será del 2 de agosto al 30 de noviembre de 2022. Amnistía de Belice 2022. Continuemos construyendo Belice juntos.
All right, and we are back, and we have our second conversation for this morning. And so we have in with us our friends from Cellular World. And so we have Miss Avril Ely. She's the Sales and Business Development Manager at Cellular World. And we also have Mr. Justin Isigiri, and he is the Social Manager Media Officer. I'm sorry. And they brought gifts. I'm just kidding, but they brought these beautiful devices to display on set to really show us what it is that they have to offer for their Black Friday sale. And as I was reminded moments ago, Black Friday come right after Thanksgiving. And today is Thanksgiving, so you know what that means? this sale is on starting tomorrow. Miss Avril, good morning.
Good morning.
Justin, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's
Good
talk
morning,
about
Denise.
this sale. I'm excited because I see all these lovely devices in front of me. I'm a tech guy, and so I'm all about devices. And then when you put sale stuff at that, matters, that must be sweeter than that turkey dinner we have today. Tell me about it.
Indeed. So our Black Friday kicks off tomorrow. Our store is open at 8:30 and we go right through until 6. But on top of that, we are going to extend the sale into Saturday.
Okay.
So if you can't come from work, if you can't reach us, come out on Saturday and the deals are still going to be there. And it's everything in the store, right, Justin? Everything in the store. So what we did today is to kind of just choose. We couldn't bring the entire store.
Yeah.
We couldn't. So it was just a little bit, just a teaser.
So let's spruce up people's appetite for tomorrow's sale, right? Talk to us a bit about what we have here right now on set on display. Let's start over there from that watch and give me the price point of these different devices. I feel like the price is right now, game show.
All right, so we have that Xiaomi K Select K10 watch. It's a smartwatch. It has amazing battery life. The battery can last you up to 30 days.
No man, I don't believe that.
It can.
I have to say that to believe that.
It can last for days. And the features of this watch now, it connects to any Android or Apple device.
Okay.
And it features great health tracking services. So it has your heart rate sensor, your oxygen sensor. It has your steps tracking, you know. It allows you to access your notifications from the watch as well. So if a call is coming in, you can actually answer from the watch. If a text shows up, you can see, you know, who messaged you, what's happening right there from the watch.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this right in range with all those Samsung and Apple watches,
features,
because those have that same feature. Yeah.
And you can get it for just $119.
I was just about to say that.
$119.
$119.
Wow.
That's a steal, and it works right into your Christmas gifts, your early Christmas shopping, right? So you don't have to have a whole lot of money to purchase something like this.
You don't have
and
to
nowadays, you will find people keeping in touch with their phones, not missing a call, not missing a text, and this watch right here does everything for you.
You don't have to broke your pocket. Forget nice smartwatch.
Exactly.
Okay, nice. Let's talk more about these other products.
All right. So right beside that we have that JBL Go 3 speaker. That's the improvement to the JBL Go 2. This one is for $105, and it packs within its compact design very unique and quality sound. It's waterproof, so you can take that in your shower and you have your music there with you, and you're just vibing there in your shower. Or if you take it to the beach, you have it there on the beach as well, and you have that quality sound no matter where you go. And it's very portable, it's not heavy, you're not lugging about something with some weight, you know, and it's very small and compact. That's the greatest selling point of that one.
Wow, $105, and I would imagine the Go means that it's portable.
It's portable
and it's on the go. You could take it anywhere. I think Miss Avril was telling me, like, put it in your purse.
Definitely.
And you could walk down the street and blast all your music, like, I mean this.
It could actually fit in your pocket too.
It could fit in your pocket. Matters better. All right. So
on top of that, we also have them in colors.
Colors,
right? So if you
don't really
don't like
green,
this, if you don't like this mint green, it come in gold. We have them in army green, in black. You know, we do have blue. Yes. So whatever color you want, come on, check us out.
And only $105.
Only $105.
Matters. I almost want to test that out right now. Let's move on.
We could do it afterwards.
I might bite right there. Let's move right on.
All right. So what we have next is a Logic earbuds, right? It's the buds is a new thing now, right?
It is.
You don't want to be walking around with the headphones with wires connected to your phone. So the buds are Bluetooth, and what you're able to do is connect them to your phone seamlessly. And when you're walking on the street, no one really notices that wire hanging from your ears. The sound quality is great. You can take your calls from it. and it allows you that, what you call it, ease of operation, ease of use, and it's very convenient. And then the charging case that it comes with, it gives you a long time to charge it, and also it gives you a very easy way to charge the buds, because you just slap it back in the case and it starts charging itself back again. So right there, you're really set with those buds, and it's only for $69, and you
imagine. So again, another early Christmas gift.
Exactly.
Another steal.
Only $69, and I would imagine this is high quality as
high
well.
quality, definitely.
Right. Now we're moving right on to the bigger guns, because you could get the Logic, but also you could get the
name brand.
The name brand, which is the Apple AirPod Pro. These are some of the latest, AirPods.
Definitely.
Yeah. Tell me about that one.
Well, that when it comes to features, that one steps it up a little, right?
Right.
The other one was just basic.
Yeah.
But this one comes with active noise cancellation within your ears, so it can block out background noise, it can block out all the outside interference. It comes with 2 mics built in, so when you're on a call, the sound quality is crisp and clear. Nobody can tell that you're not actually speaking into the phone, that you're speaking from a buds, right? And it has a whole lot of features. Let me see.
Can you hear the angels singing in heaven when you have that in your ears?
I don't think we want to hear the angels.
That might be too frightening.
Yeah, definitely. So it doesn't allow you to hear the angels singing. But what you can do, it has full volume controls from the buds itself. So you can control the volume from there. You can actually pause, play, rewind, skip the track. You know, whatever you're listening to, you have full control just by a touch, double tap, triple tap, you know, things like that, and it allows you to control every aspect of the music that you're listening to, or the media that you're using. It detects when your skin is in contact with the buds, and it automatically, you know, enables its features whenever it comes in contact with the skin. So it's very smart as well, you know, and the sound quality is great. It's very clear. It's water resistant. It's everything that you could ask for in a buds.
I don't see people in the studio got an iPad that one day. So make we move on before somebody come and set and run where we take down the car catch there. Right along with Apple products, you have the Apple iPad Mini. This is a gift. I mean, you get this and you are thank the gift giver for a long time. This is a beautiful iPad, right?
Definitely. It's one of the latest from Apple as well. Again, it's the latest Mini that they have available. It comes with an compact 8-inch screen. So if you want something with a very small screen size, the Mini is what you're looking for. It has that 8-inch screen. It has an Apple A15 Bionic chip. It has the latest in software features from Apple as well. So it can be updated to the latest iOS version, iOS 15, 16. You definitely would get that with this device. The Minis, they're smaller than the regular iPads and the iPad Airs, but they come with the same quality. The quality is actually better than the regular iPad. So
it's just compact.
Yeah, it's just smaller. That doesn't mean that it's a worse version. It's actually better in certain areas when you come to the Mini. So, and you know, when you're buying an Apple iPad, what you're getting the finest when it comes to quality.
It's similar to having your Mac, right?
Definitely.
But it's just in an iPad form, and so that's
portable, right?
Portable. So that's one of the benefits of having an iPad, and more so an iPad Mini. And that will be on sale tomorrow at Cellular World, along with the Fire 7. With Alexa. Anybody want to tell me about the Fire 7?
The Fire 7 is the big hit. It's the big seller. You know, it's our most affordable tablet device, and we have it there for $155. It comes with a 16 gigabyte internal storage, so it has a little space, you know, for you to, you know, play around with and, you know, get a little few stuff on it. And it's what is popular with your children.
I was just going to say, a lot of the parents, they want to get a tablet for their kids, first time tablet, first tablet they're owning, and you want something durable, you want something that they will learn how to interact with these types of interfaces, something that they could still play their game. They could still go up on YouTube and learn. Sometimes I see people even use it for log into Zoom. Like if you have your least Zoom classes, and you're doing remote classes with your school, you could get something like this. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
it's very, very popular because of the price point.
And the price.
We've sold so many of these. Families who have 2, 3, 4 kids. You know, that this is the device that they come for. The Amazon is very popular. We do have them in the 8-inch also.
Okay, so bigger
this
than
one
this?
is, yes, a little bit bigger. And this one is the 7-inch. We have them in a couple colors. So again, choice of the kids. Mommy, I want the red one. Mommy, I want the green one. Or Daddy, just give me the black, you know. So it is very, very popular and again, very affordable.
Now, you have here a mid-range Samsung Galaxy phone. You know, let's say you now spend a big like how you call them, the S series, right? The real high end. Then you could go and you could get your A series, which is a bit medium end. But let's say you don't want to do all of that. You just want to make phone call or text, and that's it. Then you have your Nokia 110 here, right? So this one that's for a reduced price of $49. That doesn't necessarily come with all the features that a touch screen comes with, but you have people coming in to buy this.
Oh yes, of course. We were just having, right, Justin? We were just having a conversation in the lobby before we came in, and a person out there said, you know what, that phone, that $49 phone, are for the farmers.
Yeah.
It's for those people who, you know, have no interest in getting an Android or a touch screen. All they want to make a call, and you know what?
Fertilizer.
Exactly. And if it drops in the cane field or in the rice field, that phone is going to continue working. So we do have a market for that phone every single day. All of our stores, we have people coming in asking for just a regular, normal phone.
And they could get that tomorrow for
$49.
Matters. Definitely no need for broke the pocket, forget one Nokia. But these are only some of the devices that you'll have on sale tomorrow. There's a lot more, correct?
There is a lot more. So we have the entire A series. We have all the S series in the Samsung phones. We do have the exciting iPhone 14 and the 14 Pro Max. So again,
and that will be on sale tomorrow.
Yes.
Wow.
We do have a promotion in those also. So for the high tech user, for the early Christmas gifts, come on in.
So you know what? I'm gonna open that one time early.
So on top of everything else, we do. We're going to go right into Saturday. We're going to go right into Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday is only via our social media page, which will be Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook. So if you message any of those pages, you're able to get these prices right through Monday.
Okay.
And after that, then we kick off our full Christmas season and Christmas sell itself. So
it does.
This is the time to take advantage.
Yeah.
Take advantage of these prices.
You guaranteed though that you'll have enough devices to last you all the way till Christmas?
Of course.
Yeah.
One thing with Cellular World, I could tell you, we don't run out of stock. We don't. Very, very rare. You will find that we have maybe one product we're very low in, but we normally don't. So we're well equipped and we're ready for Christmas season.
So just to be clear, on Cyber Monday, it's not in store.
Not in store.
Deals won't be in store, and that's why it's called Cyber Monday.
It's a big hit worldwide.
Yeah.
And so obviously, you know, we're piggybacking on Cyber Monday and calling it what it is, especially with the electronics. people might not be able to come and walk into our stores, and we do shipping all over the country. So when you call in, Justin is the person behind the scenes making sure that you are attended to from beginning to end, right through that transaction. So flawless.
So by what percentage are these reductions for Black Friday and so forth?
Up to like 15, maybe about 15%
Okay.
Reduction. So
depending on what it is.
Depending on what it is. Some of the higher end, the reduction's a little bit smaller, but like these smaller products, the reduction of quite a bit.
So remind us where we can go tomorrow and Saturday.
You want to take that, Justin?
We have 5 branches available. 3 are in Belize City, which would be our main branch at 53 Queen Street. That's right across from the Queen Street Baptist School around by Central Bank. We have our downtown Albert Street branch. That's the hub where the busiest area of Belize City. But that is right across from the cafes, between Brody's and Scotiabank out there downtown. We have our Northern Shops location up the Northern Highway beside A&R, where the Northern Plaza is. So that's where you can find us in Belize City. In Belmopan, we are on Constitution Drive, right beside Angela's Press, across from where it used to be Scotiabank. San Pedro, you can find us on Pescador Drive. So that's our 5 physical locations, but you can find us as well on Facebook. Look for Cellular World Belize, Instagram at Cellular World Belize, or WhatsApp numbers. We have 615-5141, we have 627-6200, and 623-6200. So all these online contacts you have, you can get the same service that you get in store. You can ask for pictures, you can ask for specs, ask for prices, anything that you need to know, you can ask there via our social media platforms. So there really is a way for you to reach out no matter where you are, and you definitely will get service to your heart's content.
Wow. And so these sales will be available online tomorrow as well.
Definitely.
So if I reach out online and I say I want that deal, you could get that deal online. Perfect. What time do you guys open tomorrow?
We open at 8:30. We close at 6. We go right through Monday through Saturday, 8:30. On Saturdays, we open at 9. Just only half an hour extra. But we open at 9 and we go right through to 6 and we do not close. So convenient hours to, satisfy everybody.
Final thoughts?
Well, Belize, make sure you come out to Cellular World and look at what we have. There is a gift item for every person, every child in your home, for yourself. Take advantage of these 2 days running into Cyber Monday, only online, but this is the time to shop. Christmas is here. We're only 4 weeks away. Christmas is here, so make sure you get all the best and greatest deals from us.
All right. Well, thank you both for coming on.
It
was a
Thank
pleasure.
you so much.
My fingers are itching. My wallet, they say be careful. But it's Black Friday tomorrow. All the deals are over at Cellular World. So with that, we'll take a break and we'll be right back with our final conversation. So stay tuned.
With eCash, bill payment is extremely convenient, and all utility companies accept eCash payments. What's even better? You get to split bills with your roommates, siblings, or whoever you desire. Simply open your eCash app, go to Bill Pay, tap the respective utility company, enter the information, and pay the bill. Then tap the transaction made. Tap Split the bill. Select Evenly. Send the request to who you are splitting the bill with, and get notified when they pay. Talk about making life easy and avoiding confusion. You can split the bill for restaurants, grocery stores, and for any eCash payment you make. To find your next yummy meal, hair treatment, or chill spot, simply open the app and utilize the geolocation service to see nearby businesses that accept eCash. Geolocation and bill payment make life a whole lot easier.
Everyone, including our elderly, needs to stay connected with their loved ones. With Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program, senior citizens can sign up for 10 megabytes of unlimited internet at a low monthly cost of $25. Citizens over 65 can sign up with a valid ID and receive free installation plus 1 month free on selected broadband plans. Visit a Smart showroom near you for more information on how you can enjoy Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program. Smart, bringing people together.
It's that time of the year when all that stands between you and all of this is...
Give me 5, give me 5, give me 5!
That's all it takes. Get your coupons at Channel 5 and Coney Drive and Channel 5's website. Then, starting Monday, December 5th, keep those phones close and tune in to Channel 5 at 8 p.m. as we start our nightly giveaways until Friday, December 9th. Remember, when the phone rings, don't say
hello.
Say, give me 5.
Are you kidding me? Mira lo que has hecho. Ahora sí te voy a mostrar. Time out. La mayoría del tiempo los niños no saben que están haciendo algo mal. Usando violencia solo les enseña que pegando es la única manera de solucionar las cosas. Esto solo empeorará la situación y dañará su relación. Tómese un tiempo y hable con sus hijos de lo que está bien y mal. Construyan una relación basada en entendimiento, respeto y amor. Lizani, sweetie, it's a very nice drawing, but you know you shouldn't draw on walls. You know how hard it is to keep the house clean. We will wash it off and from now on, we will draw only on paper. ¿Entiendes?
All right, and so we are back with our third conversation for this morning, and we have a very interesting conversation. We have representative from Belaifa, as well as a representative from the Kidney Association of Belize. We have Miss Carol Panton, who is the president of Belaifa. Panton Rose, as well as Miss Anna Cortez, who is the administrator of the Kidney Association of Belize. Good morning to both of you ladies.
Good morning.
All right, so let's get right into it. I understand that Belaifa has a host of activities coming up. If you wouldn't mind telling us about what this is all about.
We definitely do. I'd like to say good morning to Belize, and thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate it. So for those persons who may not know Belaifa, we are the Belize Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors, right?
Tongue twister there.
So yes, it's quite a bit of a tongue twister. So we are a body of professional insurance advisors, and what we do is we talk to persons about the importance of having insurance, specifically life insurance, health insurance, planning for the future, specifically retirement. So that is what we do. We deal with individuals as well as businesses, and so we try to encourage persons to have a plan for life, right? We are a bunch of advisors from different companies. So Sagicor Life Inc., RFG, Life Insurance Company, Diversified Life Solutions, and Atlantic Insurance are our companies. And these are, the members are employees of those companies. So what we have quite a bit of things coming up. We have a busy week ahead next week.
Okay.
This is the time of the year where we take the time out to spread awareness. And so I'm here today with Miss Anna, who is the administrator for the Kidney Association. And we have a relationship with the Kidney Association that is more than a decade long, right? A lot of persons might know that we have been working together for quite some time. So as far back as our parent association in the Caribbean, CARIFA, the Kidney Association is a cause that is near and dear to us. We know that kidney failure is something always on the rise right here, and in Belize, you know, the need for assistance offered to dialysis patients just continues to grow. As persons try to take care of their health, you know, and the thing is, we as insurance advisors talk about having a plan for when these things happen, sickness comes about, you know, death of a loss of a breadwinner. And then on this side of the Kidney Association, Miss Anna spreads awareness about prevention, right? They say prevention is better than cure. So what we have taking place is some activities coming up, and the collaboration with the Kidney Association this year is going to be a health fair.
Okay.
So a health fair as well is something that we have been doing for over 10 years, right, Miss Anna?
Right.
We have worked with the Kidney Association to do a health fair. This is where we, so for Insurance Awareness Week, we not only spread awareness, but we take the time out not just to talk about insurance, but to give service, to provide service. And so Miss Anna could tell you a little bit about what Kidney aims to do, and then maybe she could tell you a little bit more about the health fair, but that's what we're collaborating for.
All right, Miss Anna, well, let's talk about this health fair. It's on November 29th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Lions Club parking lot.
Yes, we, morning again. Yes, we will be having, we have this collaborative effort with Belaifa, and we're having the health fair on the 29th of November from 9 to 3 p.m. at the Lions parking lot in Belize City.
Yeah.
Let me clarify
in
that.
Belize City,
In Belize
before
City.
they got to build more panel anywhere else.
Yes, because I have been receiving calls asking if it's in Belize City. So we will be having HIV testing, diabetes, blood pressure, and urinalysis. And then we will also be having booths of with educational awareness. We will be having, for example, HICOPAV, BABDA, and NDAC. And also we will be having Diabetes Association out there.
Wow.
So please take the opportunity and come out there and get tested. Everything will be free.
I was just going to ask, all these services
will be free
are
of
free
cost.
of cost.
Yes.
What's the end goal or the hope for such a health fair as you do annually?
Our goal is to have as many persons as possible come out there, get tested. In the event we find someone that needs further assistance, then what we do, we take the information and we try to contact the persons with different doctors. For example, if the person needs to see a urologist, then we refer them, we ask them to visit a urologist. If they need to see a kidney doctor, then we give them the appointment, because we have a doctor that comes every 3 to 4 times a year and who sees patients. But we also have a nephrologist here in Belize City that that we could refer them to as well, and she works along with us as well. So
I understand that you have a big raffle as well. Is that on the same health fair day?
No. This raffle will be for our month of March.
Okay.
To acknowledge World Kidney Day, right? So we
you're launching it already.
We are launching it, yes.
All right. So tell me a bit about that.
Yes, we are raffling. We have 10 prizes, and the cost of each prize is each ticket is $2. And the raffle will take place the 25th of March 2023, right after our walk.
These are some huge prizes. They got nice TV, stove, blenders, microwave, all of that.
Ceiling fans, yes.
Ceiling fans.
We got all those donated, and we thank our sponsors. And we hope that the public in general purchase the tickets, as we use the funding to continue to assist our renal failure patients.
So how do you get tickets?
They could call me at 615-6861, and I will distribute them to them, or I will tell them where to get them closest to them.
It's $2 a ticket.
It's $2.
Only $2.
Only $2
for a chance to win all of this, or any one of
those. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you. Back to Belaifa, because your partnership with the Kidney Association for the Health Fair is only one of the many events coming up, correct?
Right. So just to add a bit on the health fair, when you ask what is the end goal, you know, the thing that we see that is so common is that people always neglect their health. Just a little checkup, you know, persons don't go to do. So at the end of the day, it's like a preventative care. I mean, when you take a urinalysis, there's so many things that you could find out when you test yourself for diabetes. So it could really be something that touches lives to the point that, you know, you can prevent, you know, any health situation that you might not have been aware of. So that is big for us in talking about insurance, and not only having a plan in place, but having healthy lifestyle practices and really prevention as well. And so for the health fair, we have our advisors from different companies that will be working shifts throughout the course of the day. And then we also have a food drive coming up at the end of next week, which is a next big thing for us. We have been working with the Liberty Children's Home in Ladyville for over a decade as well. And this food drive is something that we try to get as many donations as possible, and we usually come up with a generous contribution for the children's home. And so we will be at Brody's and Publix on the Northern Highway, and so we'd like to thank them. They're always, you know, open and willing to have us there, and people will definitely see us out there. I know many persons are familiar, so we just want to ask persons to donate as much as possible.
So when you're there, are you there with a table, with carts? How do we identify
We're normally anything that can get as much groceries as possible.
Yeah.
So we take our carts, right? And then we just approach persons and we let them know what we're soliciting for. We have our signs. We also get donations. So last year we were able to do not just Belize City and the Children's Home. We were able to reach Marla's House of Hope in Belmopan, Cornerstone Foundation in San Ignacio, and we had companies that donated to us. So I have to take some time to acknowledge those companies. Madisco is one in Belize. We have Shybel Gas Station down south, Red Creek Gas Station, Racino's, Vegas Distributors, DFC as well. And so we solicit funds from businesses as well as food items and funds from businesses, and this is how, and from our own selves as well, the members of the association, and this is how it comes together. So it is a big thing.
Such a heartwarming initiative, and I'm sure it goes a long way to these homes. It helps to offset a lot of what their budget is, and sometimes a lot of their budget isn't a huge budget. So imagine being able to receive this type of donation for them. Talk to us about what other events are coming.
We are having our final event will be a webinar. So as insurance persons, we're hosting a webinar entitled Your Final Love Letter. And it helps person to be able to, we're going to be discussing beneficiaries, wills and trusts, to help persons to be able to set up their affairs. You know, it's all when you talk about life insurance and putting a plan in place for your family, I mean, having things organized as well goes a long way. So the webinar is on Wednesday, November the 29th.
That's next week Wednesday.
That's next week Wednesday. It will definitely be open to the general public, and the speakers will be Mrs. Deshawn Arzu, attorney at law, to do the wills, beneficiary and trust, and Miss Martine King from Mind Health Connect Belize, and she will be talking about the effects of finances on mental health. So
that's a big one.
It's a big one. When we reach out to persons to try to put a plan in place, I mean, we have to assess their finances to see if they are able to comfortably do so. You know, and I have to, I just want to add that apart, like I said, all of these activities are service. This is the time that we take not only to spread awareness, but service. But at the end of the day, I have to stress, I wouldn't be an insurance advisor if I didn't stress to persons, you know, assess your ability to be able to get out a life insurance plan. We have breadwinners out here, you know, that at the end of the day, if something happens, we know the loss, the financial loss to families. When it comes to life and health insurance, there are so many advisors to choose from. Find somebody that you can have a connection with, and definitely have an appointment to see what it is that you can do, even in these challenging times, because life continues, right?
And I'm sure all of this are things that will be discussed during this webinar. These are things that will be highlighted. How can persons get access to it, and what's the cost?
We will definitely. So cost is always the bottom line, right?
Yeah.
We always say that cost depends on so many different, the cost of the webinar, sorry about that.
Yes, that's what I mean.
The webinar is $30.
Yeah.
And then we actually have a promotion on that anybody who signs up 5 persons for the webinar, we give them a cash incentive.
Okay.
So the cash incentive is $25.
What?
And so it is open to everybody. We invite our own clients, we invite our families. And so we're just pushing for a big attendance. And we also, it is also a mandate for Belaifa to donate to children and education. So $5 for each webinar registration will go towards that cause. And so it's definitely a time of giving back as well as awareness.
Perfect. So. Well, we're completely out of time, unfortunately. But I do want to thank you both for coming on. Any final thoughts? I'll give you an opportunity to make some closing remarks.
Everybody, please, we're asking for your support. The food drive, like you said, it goes such a long way. Awareness, you know, get insured, contact an advisor today, see what it is that you can do for your family, see what it is that you can do to set up a plan for your life.
And I will invite you all, encourage you all to come out next week Tuesday to the Lions parking lot and get testing to the health fair, and also to support us in purchasing the tickets. We will be having some out there on that day. And remember, drink a lot of water, exercise, rest, and check your kidneys every time you go.
Perfect, perfect. Well, thank you both.
Thank you so much.
All right, with that, we'll take a break, and we will be right back with one last conversation, I promise you. So stay tuned.
Everyone, including our elderly, needs to stay connected with their loved ones. With Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program, senior citizens can sign up for 10 megabytes of unlimited internet at a low monthly cost of $25. Citizens over 65 can sign up with a valid ID and receive free installation plus 1 month free on selected broadband plans. Visit a Smart showroom near you for more information on how you can enjoy Smart's Golden Citizen broadband program. Smart, bringing people together.
Social Security, transforming service delivery. My Social Security is your secure online account to manage all your Social Security information. My Social Security launched in March 2021 with registration service to apply online for new or replacement Social Security cards. Upgrades to My Social Security continues with a new look, enhanced customer experience, and its newest feature, Sickness Benefit Online application. With My Social Security, you can create your account, log in, and take control of your Social Security information. This includes applying for a new or replacement Social Security card for yourself, child, or dependent. Make appointments online and submit your complete sickness benefit claim package. Our customer care team is here to provide you, our valued customers, with real-time support. Connect with one of our customer care agents through direct messages on WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, or live chat, or follow our YouTube channel for more information, tutorials, and guides. A complete 360 view of your Social Security information is coming soon, which includes a new employer portal for employers, businesses, and self-employed persons, contributions history and statements, all SSB benefits, medical portal for registered doctors, and fingerprint enrollment all in one place. Social Security at your fingertips. The significant enhancement of service delivery to you is here. My Social Security.
I will be there. Thank you so much.
Why are you so excited?
Let me tell you a secret. I just got off the phone with Santa.
Hi, Santa. For Christmas, I want a pea shooter, a football. iPhone and a makeup for Christmas.
Oh, come on. 1 second.
We just learned that Santa's phone number has just been revealed. The number is 227-7132.
I'm sorry, Dad. I shared Santa's phone number.
All right, and so we are back with our final conversation for this morning. And this conversation will be all about the Belize International Yoga Festival. And we have in studio with us this morning the founder, Miss Michelle Williams.
Thank you so much.
Good
for
morning.
having me.
I love the energy, love the vibes.
Thank you.
Let's talk a bit about yoga in Belize and the community that we have. I know I have some friends, in fact, that I follow on social media, some friends that I talk with. They're always posting videos with themselves doing yoga. I've never actually engaged in it, but I know for a fact that there is a community here in Belize.
Yes, there's a community that is connected actually nationwide. Through the nonprofit Rhythm of Change Belize, which the Belize International Yoga Festival is the annual fundraiser. So this is a fundraising event for Rhythm of Change. And we're a nonprofit that, to give a synopsis of what we do, we share wellness and self-care practices that have yogic practices for self-care.
Oh, you refer to it?
Yogic. Yeah, yogic practices for self-care, to to calm and to relax, to be able, basically tools to navigate through life better. And we have ambassadors throughout the country that are sharing community classes. And we also do work in the prison. We've done work at the youth hostel. We've done work with healthcare workers, with the forensic team, in schools. Throughout the years, we've been operating for close to 10 years now. And so this is our yearly fundraising event. And we're just really happy to be in person again, because for the past 2 years we've been virtual, which has been actually advantageous because we've been able to expand and gain awareness globally. But this year we're in person, and we're just really happy to have our teachers, because we've got teachers in Belize all over the country, to come, and it's that time to unite, to reconnect, to hug, you know, and to say, how are you, and to find out what everyone's doing, and then also to be able to share what we love to do to the community.
Let me ask you to help me understand what is yoga, because I may have a limited understanding of what it is, and my understanding may be limited, and you'll forgive me, to certain types of stretches and body motions.
Yeah.
But I would imagine it's way more than that.
It's deeper, right?
Yeah.
So the way I describe yoga is it's an integrative practice. So it's not just stretching. It's meditation, it's breathing, it's eating, it's how we interact with people, it's connection to the divine, it's everything. It's primarily, I use the term, the technology of humanity. It's for us to become a little bit, much more self-aware. To gain self-knowledge, to understand self more, so that we can understand the collective more. Yeah. So it's energy, it is postures, but the postures are used to release tension from the body, so that we can sit in meditation and allow ourselves time to have a little mental hygiene. My friend Yogi Charu, a Belizean yogi, describes it as, you know, we get up and we bathe every morning and we brush our teeth. And so too, we should have mental hygiene. So we have body hygiene, we have dental hygiene, we need mental hygiene. And that helps us to be present in the day, not bringing over baggage from the previous days, months, weeks, years, generations, so that we can be present and we can actually get the most out of each moment of life, no matter how life deals us curveballs, we're able to deal better. And so that's one definition of what yoga is. So it is quite expansive, and I think in the West it kind of was described as body functions, you know, body postures, to get people into it. And you find that they start with the postures and the physical aspects, and then they go deeper and they understand deeper what it is. So
I love the explanation, and I thank you, because it gives me now a greater understanding of what this. So who is the Belize International Yoga Festival for? Is it for persons that have already experienced these exercises, the posture, what yoga is, or is it for anyone, persons interested?
It is for everyone. It was actually, the board and myself founded the festival, came up with the idea of the festival to introduce yoga and all the different types of yoga and yoga techniques, because it's vast. It's unlimited to the Belizean public, so that they understand better what it is, and they don't feel intimidated. And it's for everyone. It's if you're never done a yoga class, if you're inquisitive, if you're curious, if you just want to sit and watch and listen. It's also for those that are absolute, you know, they've been practicing since they were born, because we'll have different types of yoga practices. So we start off from 6 in the morning with meditation, and it's a meditation that's accessible to everyone.
Okay.
And then from there on, the in-person festival will have about a class every hour. Three classes actually every hour. So we have children's yoga, we have hormonal yoga, we have the power yoga that people love. We have a workshop on the Belizean medicinal herbs, which is really interesting to know. We have yoga for people that are pregnant, for women that are pregnant. We have, and then we end it with a really beautiful, chill, hip hop vibe with Jenko and the freelance alchemists. So, and this is their debut. So there's really something for everyone. We also have vendors like organic beauty products. Coco Love will be there. We have candles, beautiful candles for sale. We have reflexology, massages, kombucha, baked goods that are healthy, and then we have Martha's Cafe that's going to be supplying the food. So it's an all-day thing. You come in the morning, you pay for your ticket, you can go do some, you see the schedule, do some errands. You know, Saturday is the errand day for people. Come back, enjoy the music. It's $40 per person, adults, but we also have half price for students 12 years and up with their ID. Kids 12 years and under come free. Seniors, we have a special price. Groups, we have a special price. So it's one of those days where you come and you just hang out and you learn all these wonderful wellness practices that actually, if you know our generation, our tradition, Belizean, if you know your grandmother, if you have an illness, she'll say, take this herb, take that herb. Yeah. We're a we're bush medicine. We are a wellness community, but we need to reconnect back with that. You know?
this ticket will get you into any and all
those
activities.
All those activities.
One ticket.
One ticket. You're there from 6 in the morning, 6 in the evening. There's a workshop also. There's a roundtable discussion also on the benefits of yoga.
Yeah.
So we have William Dawson, who works with the Ministry of Youth that I've actually shared yoga with when he was at Wagner's. We have an anthropologist, we have a professor, we have a psychologist, we have myself, we have some yogis that are going to be talking about the benefits, going down to the basics of yoga, starting with the physical, the mental, the emotional, all that stuff, how breathing takes place, proper ways of breathing. So that's also going to take place at the festival. So it's one of these things where, you know, you pay a price and you come in and you can just soak up all the knowledge and leave away with tools that can help you really manage life.
Is there an online aspect to it as well?
It's amazing because we've had this virtual opportunity for the past 2 years because of COVID. We also have a virtual platform with teachers from around the world.
Wow.
We have African yoga, we have Kemetic yoga, we have children's yoga hikes, we have all different types of yoga that's also on this virtual platform. And there's a live stream that's also going to tap into the workshop at the festival, certain workshops, and the live musical performance. And that is $25.
Okay, there you go.
So for that, you can go to the yogahealsbelize.com website and click on the Belize International Yoga Festival page, and it'll tell you how to log on to that. You have to download the Go Live app, and then there's a way that you pay, and then you get the link for the day. And that's so if you're in a district that you're not able to come, you're able to still enjoy, and actually around the world if you want to tap in.
So on Saturday, this event takes place in person at the Harbor View
Boutique Hotel and Yoga Retreat. So it's just outside the tourist village, going towards the Belize sign and the lighthouse.
Yeah, it's that huge, beautiful white building compound with the white
that's the Martha's Cafe and where Shanti Belize is, the Wellness and Yoga Center, and then the field across the street. And you know, this fundraising event this year, the theme is the rhythm of change, rediscovering self-healing through gratitude. And it's really giving all the props to humanity to acknowledge gratefulness to overcome what we did for the past 2 years and to actually reconnect back together. And the funds raised will go towards scholarships for school teachers, medical personnel, the police force to actually get trained through Shanti Belize Yoga School in yoga, meditation, and breath work as an international instructor so that they can share with their community self-care and stress relief tools. We have the Belize Defense Force that just sent 2 people to become trained, and they're now sharing it with the Belize Defense Force. And we actually have one of the instructors teaching at the festival.
I realize that you have on the agenda Belize military yoga with
Yes,
Harrison.
he came up with that term, and he used all the tools and all the techniques that I taught him, and brought him some stuff that he thought would be useful for his fellow soldiers. His name is Harrison Moreno. So Mariano. So he's quite special.
Well,
yeah.
Well, Ms. Williams, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
To share this
Thank
wonderful
you for allowing.
opportunity.
And we want to thank our sponsors. Our sponsors are all posted on the Facebook page, but also our sponsors from previous years that have brought us to this time, and also Open Your Eyes and Channel 5. You've been so supportive throughout the years. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and so does my board.
You're welcome. All right, folks, so that's the Belize International Yoga Festival coming up this Saturday. We'd like to thank Ms. Williams for coming on to tell us all about that wonderful opportunity where you can go to this event on Saturday and really tap into self-awareness. More of that as Ms. Williams explained it. We'd also like to thank all of our other guests, starting with the Belize BCCAR. We'd like to also thank Cellular World for coming on, as well as BeLife and the Kidney Association. But that's all we have for you on this beautiful Thursday morning. I know a lot of Belizeans today are also celebrating Thanksgiving. And so I want to say happy Thanksgiving to those Belizeans who are out there celebrating Thanksgiving. Make sure you don't eat too much of the turkey, right? Save some for some people, because we don't want people to go up on the street, they gobble, gobble, gobble after lunch, right? So, but with that, that's all we have for you this morning. Thank you for starting your morning right with us. Until next time, keep your minds, your eyes, and your heart open. Thank you very much, Belize.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.